at fire. Kevin.
Great stuff, Brian Yennis. Appreciate that. Again, the president saying this appears to be yet another targeted attack on Christians in the United States of America. Again, you heard Brian make mention of what happened over in Minnesota. And again, as I pointed out throughout the afternoon, there have been a number of targeted attacks on Christian, not just Christians all over the globe, but in particular Christian churches in Europe. We want to bring in former D.C. homicide detective and Fox News contributor Ted Williams. It's too early to assign a motivation here, Ted, but obviously they're going to begin to piece this all together one step at a time. You heard Brian mention something I thought was very important. They want to make sure they don't necessarily name an individual before they have a chance to collect their communications and perhaps even get over to a home or a storage locker, just see what else they can collect. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a very clear assessment on the part of you and Brian. Look, Kevin, what we have here this morning, this horrific event, this was a domestic terrorist act. When you take an automobile where you know that a large congregant of people are in a church worshiping, and you run it through the front door of that church and you set fire to that church, that is an act of domestic terrorism. And this is one of the reasons that I recently called for, and I'm saying once again, we need laws in place for acts of domestic terrorism in this country. We don't have a domestic terrorism act law on the books. We need Congress to get busy and get that done, because we're witnessing more and more of these kinds of acts. I'm from the state of Louisiana. I was down in New Orleans covering where we had a terrorist attack there, where a person came from Houston, Texas with a vehicle and ran over and killed many people there in New Orleans. And we look at what has happened here today. This is not the exception, unfortunately, but it looks like it's becoming the norm, and we have to do something about this in America.
We have to do something about it indeed. Want to share this too. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, says the entire Trump administration is monitoring the Grand Blanc, Michigan church shooting and fire, as are we. Of course, we'll continue our coverage after a very quick timeout. Ted, stand by.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me.